Ben Martin subscribed. Excellent.
Yo, 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 what's up?
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
I am all ready when you are.
Oh,
Be sure to. I think we're gonna. What we'll do is we'll just run some dungeons. I think that's what we're gonna do tonight.
it appears I'm locked out of my WoW account.
Oh, you better log back in. Hope you wrote down your information.
Yeah, I hope so too. There we go. Okay. Valent account name. What's my name?
Um,
I gotta find that.
it's Luak Rikella.
Yeah. Oh, I've been disconnected.
Yeah, I got that too right away. Just relog back or just trying to go again.
It's not working. It says I'm offline. Okay, yeah. Go online. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. There we are. Oh, damn it, I got disconnected again. You kidding me? What is going on? Okay, here I am. Okay, you can invite me to the thing now.
It says you're already in a group.
I am?
Yeah. Right click and leave whatever group you're in.
Can't join our group.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. All right, try and invite me to the group. Now make me the leader.
I need a target. I need to talk.
All right, hop on the carousel. Make sure the thing says 60 minutes, and I'm gonna queue us for a random dungeon. All right.
Yeah, okay. There is no way of knowing which direction we are going.
So what did you do all weekend?
What?
What did you do all week?
I made the mistake of going out and run yesterday, and I really hurt my back. So today I've just been sleeping, staying in bed. It's yeah, like it's It's bad. The alumni meets on Thursday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gotta suck for me.
I don't think I'm gonna be too hot either.
Well, I mean, like, I don't really care how I do, but like, it's probably just gonna be incredibly painful for me.
Yeah. Ready, enter. Hopefully it's Zulfarak.
But I have no idea what you did this week besides go to Valley Fair, and then you didn't come home last night, so I was like, what?
Yeah, I had a pretty crazy weekend.
Start from the beginning.
Well, like I think it's just I think the craziest part about the whole thing is raise up and down. Fine, this one. I think the craziest part about the entire weekend was I spent all the time with like former River Falls friends and like and some new friends too, and I did the same thing last weekend but with my high school friends and like some like new friends too.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of like back-to-back weekends, fun activities. Yeah, so from the very beginning, we didn't see you at all after Friday night.
I mean, I saw Corey as he left, but yeah, I mean, I didn't hear you guys coming because I was asleep, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so we woke up early. Oh yeah, I asked you if you were going to go to Valley Fair, and you said no. Everyone clowned on you. Everyone clowned on you in the group chat, but I did.
Wait, who did?
And they were like, "Oh, what a pussy! He doesn't want to spend the $60."
Wait, who? Who?
It's people you don't know.
Well, then, why do they have a problem?
They don't. They just were. That's how that group works. Like they'll like they're just kidding.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of how that
A guy we don't know doesn't want to give us $65 to come hang out with us. What a fucking dickhead.
I don't think it's that deep. I wouldn't see anything deep.
It's not, you know. It's just I wouldn't do that myself. I don't know.
Right, but like,
if that makes me, you know, better than them or whatever. But of course, I don't really care. But like, you know, it just makes me kind of glad that like I didn't go now. I was like, okay, yeah, let's get.
Well, I mean, they would have appreciated it if you went, but like, you would have hated it. You would have not. You would have not had a good time at all this weekend. Like, you would have had like probably a horrible time. Because we had a lot of fun. Well, we did a lot of fun things.
Oh, okay.
So first off, we get to Valley Fair. We get there before, we were meeting two guys there named Ian and Quinn. Ian we call him Shifty, I guess. That's his nickname. And Quinn was Ian's friend who goes to Gus Davis. Nobody knew who he was. So we kind of met him there first time. But yeah, so we get to, Corey, Chase, and I get to Valley Fair early. We kind of we putz around for a bit because we get there right at opening. Yeah, we get there open. We do a ride. We do a coaster. You know, it's a kind of a moderately scary coaster because it has a big uphill and goes down pretty fast and whips us around. It was a lot of fun. I sat next to Corey on it. Then we got some food. We had the $65 thing was so we can get free meals every 90 minutes. So we were thinking it was like small entrees or whatnot, but no, it was like it's big food, like, you know, a bunch of chicken tenders and a plate of chicken tenders and fries. So that was our first of like 5 meals. So that was, I mean, it was good, but like it was a lot of food right off the bat. After that, but we were hungry because we didn't have breakfast. After that, Quinn and Ian showed up, and we were like, all right, we got to do a ride. So we decided to do Wild Thing, which is the biggest roller coaster there. And then it starts with a huge uphill, like you're going up this giant thing, and then you go straight down. It's insane. Like, it was a really insane ride. I was really nervous about it. But right as we got to the front of the line, they shut the coaster down because they're like, oh, we saw lightning, guys. So we could have either just left, or we could have just waited in line, and we decided to wait in line. We waited in line probably like 35 minutes, and finally, you know, they put the coaster back on after it was raining quite a bit. Hang on, Sarah just texted me that she's home. Yay!
I need a target.
Okay. Anyway, so we get on the wild thing finally. I'm sitting next to Chase. Quinn and Ian are sitting next to each other, and Corey's alone. And as soon as we're going up, I'm getting real anxious, and then it goes down, and you know, the only thing that's keeping me like sane, from preventing me from like freaking out, because I'm like big drops, I get really spooked of, is I just like I guess I just was yelling out fast and James, Tyler, help me, baby! Like I was just doing that.
Oh.
That was the only way to like convince myself that I wasn't in like actual danger.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it was a good time. People thought it was funny. Anyway, after the wild thing, which was a really fun ride, it really got the adrenaline rushing. After that one, we did another coaster, which wasn't as scary as the water. Or no, we did this weird water ride where it wasn't like the log chute, but it was just kind of this crummy version of it.
Did you guys show up in your swimsuits?
I need to talk something first.
No, we just had them in our bag.
Okay.
Yeah, we had them in our bag, and then after that, we did a couple more rides, and finally, we did a couple more coasters, and then we did this like we were gonna do one that Chase was like, no, I'm not doing that one. Screw that. It was this you know the barnyard ride at Mall of America where you're like sitting on the chair and you kind of go around the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did a bigger version of that one.
Okay.
And so since it was four of us, there wasn't an odd number of people since Chase wasn't going on that. So Ian and Shifty shared a little, because two people could fit per thing, and Corey and I shared one. And Corey and I were talking, and we were both really excited. We were both like, "Oh, we gotta do this! We gotta do this!" And we were like, "Yeah, we're gonna be looking for skyscrapers." And when we got to the top, we were freaking out. Both of us were freaking out. And we look ahead of us, and we see Ian, and this is an escort quest. I don't know if he's got. Okay, looks like this guy might want to do it.
Well met.
Okay, let's follow this guy. Anyway, while we were on that top of that ride, you know, Corey and I were kind of like freaking out, and all of a sudden I see something fall from, like, I think it was Shifty's pocket or something. I don't know what it was, but like I fell from the very top. And I'm like, wow. And then I look up, or it was Quinn. It was Quinn's pocket, and I was like, what? And I look, it takes me a second, and I notice he's missing a shoe.
Oh no.
Like, oh no. And then Ian looks over, laughs, and then he loosens his shoe and just does the same thing. Just takes off over on the top, flicks it off, and it almost hits someone from below, like below. It's absolutely nuts.
Did they get their shoes back or no?
Yeah, they did. Somebody, like, people were like, "Oh, dude, you almost hit me," but everyone thought it was funny. But I thought for sure like they were gonna get in trouble for that, but they didn't. It was kind of funny. Anyway, after that, we decided it was time for Soak City, the water park. So we had a quick meal.
What time did you go to the so you probably got to the Valley Fair at like what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, we left at like probably like 6.
What time did you go to the water park?
Probably like 2.
Okay. So you were only at the water park for like 3 hours and then you came back?
Yeah, anyway, so we get to the water park, and we're like, we immediately do like, remember from Water Park of America? That group tube slide thing?
Mm-hmm.
We immediately get in line for that, and we realize, oh no, only 4 can go out on time. There's 5 of us, so we decided to split it between 3 and 2. But Corey and Chase really want to go together, so I get on with Ian and Quinn, and obviously, you know, I mentioned that they were causing, you know, the shoe thing, and like the guy was very specific. Like the operator up there was like, "All right, guys, when you're on it, you guys just gotta hang on to the sides and just so you don't fall, you know, because it's a risk if you fall off. So we're like, okay, for sure. So I was planning on hanging on, and then right after we hit the first turn where the guy couldn't see us, fucking Quinn and Shifty just let go, and and then I let go. We were all rolling around in that thing.
Oh.
It was pretty fun, but like, and right as we hit the bottom, then obviously there's like a attendant at the bottom who has to bring the tube back up
Yeah.
on this machine, and Shifty immediately dives out of the thing, and I'm just like, what the heck?
Do you get in
And
trouble
there's
for
like
that?
2 feet of water. No, he didn't, but the guy definitely wasn't happy. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, after that one, we did another water slide, like an individual water slide, which was fun, and then we did 2 laps in the lazy river, which Ian and Shifty caused. They were goofing off. You know, lazy rivers are supposed to be on the tube and float, but you know they were kind of splashing each other and you know saying stupid shit to the lifeguards, and we were just like Corey and I were kind of embarrassed. We're like, especially this Quinn guy, which is kind of an insane thing because we just met this Quinn guy. It would have been one thing if like Corey and you know Chase knew him too, but like Corey, Chase, and I didn't know this guy. He was Ian's high school friend or Shifty's high school friend, so we're like, okay. Anyway, after the whole lazy river fiasco, we decided to do the big slides. They had a huge drop slide, and so we get in line for that, and everyone's getting all freaked out. I'm like, but then I see like some 7-year-olds going on, and I'll have to show you a picture, but there's no line for the big one, so I'm like, I'm gonna do the big one. Why not? And it's like this one that goes straight down, and you're out in the open. You're not in this tube, and like it goes so fast. And I was so I went down and I was freaking out. Yeah, I was like, it was probably one of the scariest like rides or whatever I had ever done in my life. It's like I could have like one wrong move. Like if someone went down head first on that thing, they would have died. I mean, not died, but like it definitely would have been smart.
Okay.
Anyway, I went down that, and then Ian and Shifty did as well, and then I did another ride or another water slide where there's one where you have to get in this tube thing, and then you stand on this thing, and the platform below you like folds in, and then so the ground below you drop like falls out, and you just go straight down.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was a lot of fun, even though that one was kind of scary because just the feeling of being dropped is just like whoa. Anyway, after that we got something else to eat. I had a cheeseburger, which I have 2 burgers I have to make videos for.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were like, all right, we have time for one more ride. We got in line for the Renegade ride, but it's the one ride we wanted to do, but we couldn't because there was a massive line. And then we decided, you know what, let's go Wild Thing one more time. So we did the Wild Thing again, and then we left, came back here. Corey and Chase showered and packed up. Yeah.
But then you went to River Falls.
And then I went to River Falls because they were having a party at Chase's house. Chase lives in the girls' house. And
Is that allowed?
You know, it was allowed, yeah. They invited me. I was like, sure, I'll come. And I'm like, yeah. And Corey's like, Max, we're gonna be doing a long run on Sunday morning. So if you want to spend the night, you can. Sure. So I grabbed my pillow and the black blanket, and I followed them there. Got to River Falls, and Corey texted me like, Max, let's go to Quick Trip for a bit. Because so he and I go to Quick Trip. I get some waters, and Corey gets some things for his mixed drink concoctions that people like. And yeah, and then as we're leaving Quick Trip, we're driving by, and I see these 2 familiar-looking girls walking along the road. So I open the window and I yell, Sarah! And it's Sarah and her friend Hannah Faith. Sarah was in River Falls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Sarah, she told me she was there, but I didn't think she was still there. I'm like, wow. So I saw Sarah. So after we got back to the girls' house, I ran and caught up to Sarah and her friend Hannah Faith, who I had never met before. I met her and talked to Sarah for a little bit. She drove me back to the house, and the party commenced. I had 1 mixed drink, and that was it. They have a trampoline in their backyard. I met some really cool people.
Was the trampoline
a lot of the
fun?
people that trampoline was a lot of fun. Yeah, I met a lot of really awesome people who were very nice to me, and like, a lot of them, like, you know, obviously they hear the name Max Jasper, and immediately the first thing that comes up is the accusation and whatnot, and which is, you know, it's not great, but like they are all were like very like, oh dude, you know, we know you didn't do it. You know, you're a good guy, and like if we thought you did it, you wouldn't be here. That you know that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And everyone kept telling me how much the Mudman hated me, which was great.
Well, yeah. I
Apparently,
mean,
apparently he hated me from the get-go because I kept calling him the Mudman.
yeah, that guy is, you know, he's got to get his shit figured out.
I thought that was kind of funny, and like I was kind of feeling bad about it when Chase told me that. But then by the end of it, I was like, you know, I don't care. The reason why I called him that was because he took himself way too seriously.
Yeah, sounds like he did.
So I'm like, if he can't have fun, then he can't have fun. But yeah, is that it for the instance?
Maybe.
All right, I'm leaving the group. But yeah, I talked to some cool people. I gotta sell some crap, and I'll hop back on the carousel on QS. I talked to some really cool people who I had a lot in common with. There's this guy on the team named Derek Cryer, who was a freshman the year I left, so I never got to see him. But he and I had a lot of the same interests, which was just crazy. Like, really into both movies and really into baseball. And I was like, wow, this guy would have been my best bud here. But he was really like sympathetic with me. The team, he had got kind of canceled by the team too, apparently, according to Corey.
Why?
So I don't know. I can't remember the reason why. But he was awesome. And like I was like, I would hang out with that guy. And I invited him. I'm like, dude, if you're ever in New Brighton, you need a place to stay, let me know. So yeah, for sure, man. He is somebody I really thought was awesome, and he also was very funny too. Made me laugh a lot.
Okay.
But he's a good guy. But yeah, I really had a good time with Chase too. Chase is somebody I thought who did not like me, and I think the first time Corey ever came over, Chase did not like me. But then he kind of like, and then Corey and I made this agreement he weren't in Stillwater, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm bringing Chase with," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure, go ahead, bring him." And so Chase saw me, and I think he kind of became more sympathetic toward me, and Corey explained what happened to me to him pretty well.
Yeah.
And Chase was like, "Yeah, man, you're a good guy." And while we were in the water at the not at Valley Fair, but at after we did that run, he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, Max, I'm so glad I came here. It's so fun to have you. Hang out with you again, man." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, dude. It means a lot." Even on a run, he even apologized for how he treated me too, like his assumptions, and I appreciated that a lot.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, and then he I didn't get to talk to him this morning because he was I think a little hungover, but because he was supposed to go on a run with us. And then this morning we did a 11-mile run, but I only ran 10 miles, and I was beat afterward. I was freaking beat. My legs are super sore.
Yeah.
But that was fun. We did an old route that I used to do a lot, River Falls. But yeah, it was a really solid time. I met some great people, and Chase sent me a very nice text a few hours ago thanking me for coming over and wished that I had a great time, and I told him I did, and how much it meant to me, and that I was back there, and I was just super grateful for the people there. And, I like, it was my first time going to a River Falls party since probably my freshman year, where I didn't feel like I was being judged behind my back, if that makes sense. Like, I felt like people there wanted me to actually be there, which is really cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So it was, definitely a big kind of, I was a little uncomfortable at first with the idea, but then I was like, all right, I gotta just do this. I gotta embrace this discomfort. I gotta stop running away from this. I just have to do it, and I did it, and I'm so glad that I did. Because they're all good guys, and obviously there are two people there who really hate me. I found that out. Or I guess two of the guys who really hate me on the team.
That's Sage and someone else.
Sage and an individual we'll be seeing on Thursday. Yes.
Magnus?
Yeah.
Why?
Magnus thinks I did all the things.
Well, I never did think he was that smart of a guy to begin with, but okay. I mean, sounds like to me he's a guy who's just like involved in drama after drama. I mean, 'cause that's he was like he was like that in high school. So I mean,
yeah. So I mean,
not surprising.
I don't like. I'm just not gonna talk to him on Thursday. Like if I I know he'll be there.
Yeah.
But I'm just not gonna speak to him. I'm just gonna be like,
Uh-huh.
if he talks to me, I'll just be like, I'm not gonna like go out of my way to talk to him. And obviously, if you and Jaden want to talk to him, you guys can. I'm not gonna be like, don't talk to him.
Well, I'm not a talkative guy to begin with, but then I can't speak for Jaden. But you know, he's pretty like he's pretty withdrawn at like things like this, like because I've hung out with him enough times to know that like if he's not like in an environment where like where like he knows he can thrive in, he's just pretty quiet.
Yeah.
If he's not at the hookup lounge, then like yeah, he's he's pretty reserved.
But yeah, that's just what I was told. And could be wrong. I mean, I was mostly told that the first guy, the Bug Man, was not like he especially hates me, and like I don't give a shit about that guy. Fuck that guy. Like
I can't say that as like I'm 100% sure, but I'm fairly certain that the group of people that Magnus hangs out with and revolves are like girls.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, yeah, they're probably talking
yeah,
shit about you to him.
for sure. Yeah, and there are a couple of like, oh yeah, I got the cloak, 96.
Damn. What?
And there are a couple of like girls who don't like me there too, which
Well, yeah,
is to be expected. But
yeah.
At the end of the day, I can't control what they think. I'm never gonna see them again in my life.
Well, yeah.
And I told Chase this, and I told the people who asked about it. I'm like, if they ever reached out to me and like wanted to ask me about the situation, I would tell them. I would be like, sure, I would. I'm an open book about it. I'm not gonna be like,
well, but like it's so much easier to like hate someone than like to like hear them out. So probably not gonna happen.
Exactly. So.
Why am I the leader of the group?
I don't know.
This dungeon kind of sucks. I might just leave.
No, we'll stay in it. Then we'll get like I mean, if you're okay questing for 30 minutes, we can do that.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Okay, we're queuing for another DPS, yeah. I'm just at level 46. Oh, Luke, you have to make Goozer the leader of the group. Okay, there's somebody else in here.
How do I do that?
Oh, never mind. You already.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Good work. I don't know why, but Quibi is just smashed right now. He's drunk.
Did you get smashed last night or no?
I had one mixed drink and I had the PBRs that I had here, so I wasn't drinking. No, I mean the PBRs are low APV. I mean 4-1.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like I woke up with a mild headache, but not anything bad. I slept on the floor and got 4 hours of sleep because we went to bed at 2. I woke up at 6.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, I called you at like 3 a.m. and I was like, dude, where the hell are you? Because you did tell me.
Oh,
tonight.
I told you I was spending the night.
Oh, well then I guess it slipped my mind.
Yeah, it was a great time, and I had a lot of great conversations with people, and it's one of my best weekends in a while. Like last weekend with Jaden was interesting for sure. Like, but I wouldn't say like I had a good time. Like this weekend, I legitimately had a good time.
Yeah.
Like, a good time with these guys. I would do it again. For sure.
Have you talked to Jayden since you lost him or what?
No, I mean that'll be interesting to. I'll have to ask him about like how his perspective on that night because I'm very curious about it.
If he tells us, dude, I woke up in detox, we're gonna go like, what?
Well, I mean,
I doubt he did.
I
But, yeah.
well, I texted him. I'm like, hey man, I'm leaving, and he responded to me like, I hope you had a great time, Max. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming he was fine, unless
Yeah.
he was, unless he's
was
a great
fine,
drunk texter, which,
Mm-hmm.
like, but I realized while I was I was in River Falls and hanging out with those people, a lot of them were younger than me because I was one of the older guys,
Yeah.
and I could tell that I was one of the older guys because a lot of them like a lot of the sophomores and the freshmen and maybe and even a couple maybe like one or two juniors had that like the mentality of like, oh, I want to get a girl so bad, or I want to get a guy, and
And you just can't relate to that.
and I can't no, I don't have that energy, and I really like did not like miss feeling that way when I was younger. Like I hated like the talking stages with people. I'm like, what's your favorite color? Like I hate that shit. Like, I'm so glad like with Sarah, I got so lucky because it was so easy with her, and it was easy with her because because she actually liked me. It wasn't one of the deals where it's like I didn't know. And like I think the whole kind of like the thing that happened to me is what kind of made me realize that she made things so comfortable because I made my intentions very clear right off the bat. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go on a date?" And she was like, pretty much like, "Yeah."
Run.
Another portal? What the hell? Is it Minecraft or World of Warcraft? But yeah, I feel bad for Corey because I know Corey really wants like a long-term partner.
Why
And,
didn't his stuff work out?
like dating on the team like rarely works out. There are very few cases of that working out. Like there's always like breakups and
why?
dramas. Because that's just how it is. The team dynamic is like Game of Thrones. Like there's alliances, there's rivalries, there's all that shit.
I suppose the
like,
question I should be asking is, what is the problem?
well, like gossip. Gossip is the issue, and I mean, Small Town Girl. That's a movie about gossip. But if I were to make a movie about gossip, I would make it about like a cross country team, probably, based on my experiences in Murphall. Just have people choose sides and whatnot, and it's just like gossip's an epidemic. It's an epidemic I don't think we'll ever get rid of, sadly.
It's up there with squirrels.
Especially in like in college when there's a lot of interactions, especially if they're for like kind of forced interactions like at practice or whatnot, if it's parties, like then there's gonna be drama and there's gonna be people talking behind people's backs, and that's just kind of how it is. And I mean that's kind of how Hy-Vee is similar. I mean obviously it's not as bad as River Falls, like the cross country team and track team and the dynamic, but they're still like, I've talked to my boss and she's just like, oh, I fucking hate that guy. And she'll tell me something. So it's like, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, like, I try not to gossip. Like, I'll ask questions if I need to understand information, but I'm never going to say, like, oh, this person is this way unless I've had a direct experience with them. But I'm never going to, like, obviously, I think gossip is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if I unless I have something really strong, like a really strong thing with a person, I'm not gonna shit talk to them. Like even like the guys who don't like me, if they like tried to ask me what happened, I would be like, all right, here's what happened. I would just give him the facts, but I wouldn't want to like be like, all right, you're my friend now. Like I wouldn't say that. I would just say here are the facts, but like. I was telling, I think I can't remember who I was telling this. I might have been telling Derek this last night while we were hanging out, but I was just like, what I realized about the whole River Falls situation, and I guess kind of life in general, is that I guess with interactions with people, is that like everyone sees themselves as the hero of their own story, because everyone is the main character of their own like movie or TV series or whatever. Like, I mean that's not how a lot of people think of it, but that's kind of what it is. Kind of an interesting phenomenon, and everyone sees himself as a hero. And what does a good hero need?
A villain.
A villain. And so when there's an opportunity to make somebody a villain, they're gonna take it because it makes them look like feel better about themselves because then they're like the hero. So for a lot of those River Falls folks, I was that perfect villain because I didn't do anything that directly affected them, but I was accused of a really monstrous thing that got them thinking, oh, what a piece of shit! Like, this guy is my villain. This guy is my King Gordok. He's my Hitler. Like, and it's sad because I don't want to be a villain to anybody, and I have obviously villains in my life too, who I like. I've thought about, and I'm like, oh, screw that person. I dislike them a lot.
You have a rogues gallery.
But I think I do have a rogues gallery. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunately probably the case, and I don't want to have the rogues gallery of people. Like I would never have wanted that. That would have been the last thing I wanted. All right, I think that's it. Leave Instance Group.
Okay.
Hopefully, if we get cute for Zulfarak. But I never want to have a villain. Like I never want to be anyone's villain. But I think there is just going to be like inevitably like you're gonna think of somebody and go, "That's my villain." That's like, and I remember just thinking.
That's my villain.
I'm thinking about my life experiences like since probably high school, and I'm like, okay, there's always been somebody who I've like kind of butted heads with that I was like, okay, that's my villain. That's that's the one that's the person I'm up against. Like, and obviously in junior high school, it was the other junior on the cross country team who I had played baseball with for a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
And I didn't want him to be that villain, but he just kind of became one, and I was like, all right, well, and because he just saw me as a threat to his whatever he was doing, because I unfortunately was a better runner. And then Corey asked me today on our run. He's like, "What did you do if like we were running and the Mudman showed up and wanted to run with us?" And I said I would do absolutely nothing. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't try and talk to him. I wouldn't try and engage. I would do absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because what these people want is it's kind of similar to the Heston James pranksters. Although Heston James is funny, like the other YouTube pranksters are like all they want out of people for these public pranks is reactions, and like I think that's exactly what these people who villainize other people want. They just want reactions. They want if I had a huge reaction to like Sage coming on a run, I'd be like, fuck, I just said his name. I had a huge reaction to him coming on a run with us today. Then he would have been like, oh, what a he's the exact guy he's accused of being. But if I played it cool and just was like, all right, just didn't say anything, or like only talked to him if he talked to me, then you go, okay, something's going on here. Like he's not trying to engage, he's just trying to be polite. And I don't think that would have changed his opinion necessarily, but he would have seen me and probably gotten upset. And which is why I wasn't invited to the Glizzy Goblin Running Club or the that party. Are we going Dire Mall again? This is Capitol Gardens. Okay.
Well, did you want to be involved in those things?
I mean, both of those things, I think I would have been involved just for closure for myself. I think I was like, oh, if I really wanted to prove to because Corey kept saying, oh, not everyone here hates you, and I'm like, for a while I believed him, but then after like the whole party thing happened, I'm like, okay, people still there fucking hate me, but like when you have a situation like mine, like there's not everyone's going to like you at a time. Like there's always going to be somebody who's not going to like you. Like I'm always going to have somebody who just doesn't like me, and that's just the sad truth of it all. Like you're always gonna have someone who's gonna dislike you, and that's just kind of and just kind of life in general. Even like people I haven't even met yet, they're gonna meet me and go, I don't like that guy. And that's fine. I don't want people to dislike me. I always try to make a good impression on everybody I meet, and I make mistakes, and I think about them a lot, but I'm gonna just use my mistakes as learning experiences and move forward from them, because that's that's the right thing to do. So, and I guess to summarize, it sucks that those people don't like me, but I can't control what they think. I can only control what I think. I'm an open book. I'm willing to talk, but they're never gonna want to reach out because they still want to villainize me because it feels good. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel good to villainize me, and I guess then I'm making them feel good indirectly. So,
I mean, yeah.
I'm not just saying that about the cross interview. I'm also talking about the girls and like my former RA friends. Like
that's their business, I guess.
they made me a villain, and I did nothing about it. And that's honestly the only thing I could like. That's honestly the smartest thing to do. Because I could have freaked out and like, "Fuck you," I could have had this whole like crash out moment. But they wanted me that because then I would have been like, "All right," I would confirm that he is that villain, but I'm not.
But in reality, you're the hero.
Everyone's the hero in their own story, like I said.
Sure.
Like, yeah, in my own story, I'm the hero. But in someone else's story, I'm the villain. And in other people's story, I'm just kind of a side character. In other people's story, I'm just a cashier. I'm the cashier that rings them up at the grocery store. So it's like, it's all about perspective. And if you're willing to like try and understand someone else's perspective, then you're already doing something I think right. And a lot of people just don't want to understand anyone else's perspective because
they don't have
so involved in their own perspective, and like that's fine. But like to a certain extent, that's what I really try to do. I really try my best to. Where the heck is this guy?
Should we kick him?
Yeah, he's not here. This is the second time in a row. Anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying.
Some about people's perspective, or
yeah, it's all about perspective, and like you have to make an effort to try and understand someone's perspective about something. Like you also have to understand that sometimes you won't be able to understand their perspective. You can try to, but sometimes you'll never be able to understand perspective. Like obviously Sarah had something bad happen to her when she was very young, very traumatic. I don't want to discuss it on here, but I'll never understand how that felt for her. And I can listen, and when she talks about it, I'll listen and do my best to empathize and ask questions and make sure she's all right. But I'm never going to understand that feeling. And it's only her and her family are going to know what the true emotions behind that. And it sucks.
Yeah.
I want to, and the whole situation sucks, but at the end of the day, as bad as it sounds, I think it made Sarah stronger. She's somebody who's been through a lot in her life. And she has a very unique ability to understand someone else's perspective, even if she hasn't gone through it herself. Which is why I started dating her in the first place, because right off the bat, I told her, I was telling you this yesterday, let me fight Crab Addict. I was telling her this yesterday. I'm like, I was with, they were asking, when did you start dating Sarah? And I was like, I started dating her in April during, the height of the investigations against me and whatnot, and everything. And everyone was like, wow, really insane. And I'm like, well, I just was honest with her. I told her I didn't know how active she was on campus. I realized she wasn't super active after talking to her, but I literally told her like before we even agreed to go out, I'm like, hey, this is what's going on with me. And I told her, and she obviously was very sympathetic toward me, very empathetic, and I appreciated that a lot. And like I even said, like, because we had made plans to go out, I'm like, if you're not comfortable with going out with me, that's fine. I get it. But she was, and here I am today. So I'm very grateful for her. And she has a good. The reason why I brought her up is because she's a perfect example of somebody who I think actively tries to understand other perspectives, and you know, with what happened to her when she was younger, and like Alex also having a sister with a disability, she's good at that. She's kind of was born into an environment where that was a good thing to understand other perspectives, and it's something, one of the traits I really admire about her. But like the people like Corey, Chase, they're also kind of have that ability, although they aren't. I think they've experienced less than Sarah. Maybe Chase has experienced more because he was talking up a storm last night. Or, I don't know if he was lying or what. But,
About what?
just like how like the stuff he did in high school. And I'm like, wow, that's great. Like I would have never thought of doing that stuff in high school. Anyway,
Is it like stuff our cousin does or what?
not as bad.
Okay. Well, okay.
Goddess bless you.
But
May the stars guide you.
something I've been trying to do is like if I'm dealing with a frustrating customer at work, or if I'm dealing with somebody who's just having a bad day, I can tell. I try and understand from their perspective, and a lot of people just don't want to share things, and that's fine. I really just am somebody who wants to know a lot about people I find interesting, and there were a lot of people last night that I found very interesting, and I just wanted to know more about. But it's tricky because I think they found me more interesting than I found them. They're like, Max, what's going on? Like, tell me about your story. And I'm like,
Well, yeah.
I was probably at a time, I was probably the most hated person on campus there.
Well, yeah.
And then I returned to over 2 years later, and I'm in an environment where I'm comfortable with people like me. How lucky am I? Super lucky. That's for sure.
Yeah, I suppose.
So. But yeah, sorry I've been rambling. That's
Fine. I don't mind. I haven't been really doing much but watching the Hobbit movies and watching Futurama, so it's it's fine.
yeah. But a big thing of me is like I'm trying to learn from new experiences. Like experience can teach you a lot, and I feel like I've learned a lot about myself just this past summer, just by kind of putting myself in environments where I'm not super familiar with. Like working on Small Town Girl, that was a very kind of, I don't want to say uncomfortable environment, but it was a new environment for me.
Oh yeah,
And I really loved that.
You don't know what to expect.
Exactly. So
it could be good or bad, but it turned out it was good. Same with the thing yesterday.
Yeah. So. But even after hearing all about the things, yesterday, and hearing about team drama and whatnot, I left. I came and went at the right time, I think.
Yeah.
I was there for a good amount of time. And I wouldn't change anything. I'm happy we've met the people we know now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I still make connections with people from my past.
I need to get closer.
I think right now my circle of friends has never been bigger.
I need to talk about something first.
And I mean, there are some people who I was really good friends with in high school who aren't even in my circle anymore. Like,
well, yeah, that just happens because people, become more who they are as they get older.
yeah, and, I'm fine with it. I mean, I would reach out to them and talk to them, but I don't think they have an interest in reaching out and talking to me, so I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah, it's not your problem.
Ah. Oh yeah, Luke, I have to ask you something.
What?
I met up with not Jade Smith, but Jade, the director of Lattice,
Yeah.
and actually looking for somebody to be a boom operator. And obviously I didn't say that you would do it, but they need they don't have any equipment for it.
Oh, okay.
Would you do it?
When is it?
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. But 2 a.m. is like the very latest. I don't think you're not gonna go that long.
Is it paid or?
No, it's in Uptown though. I did a good experience.
I don't know. Well, I've yet to look over the boom audio from the stuff we shot outside with Jaden and Isaac 2 weeks ago. So I don't know if it's 100% good or not because because I'm doing sound stuff for the Weed Wizard right now. That's pretty much all I have left to do. And yeah, some of the stuff there it's kind of hard to get good. So I wouldn't want to have to be totally responsible for that whole department because I'm pretty inexperienced in it as it is.
A lot of it's mostly indoors.
Yeah. But is that the one you're the first AD on?
Yeah.
Uh,
I need this chest plate of tranquility. I need that. Let's go. Where is this? Well, just think about it because I'm doing it just for the experience of it,
yeah.
and it's gonna be a different group of people, but so.
Yeah, I don't work well with people though. That's the thing.
In life, you gotta work with people, dude.
Yeah, but that's why I asked. So is this paid or not? But if it was, I'd say maybe. But I don't know. I'll think about it. Yeah, but if I'm feeling like I'm feeling right now, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to bear staying up for 8 hours at a time. Because I feel like crap today.
What's are you gonna look for jobs again? What's going on with that?
Yeah. Probably will after I turn 21.
Okay.
Because by then it's like okay, you can pretty much get anything.
What do you mean? You can pretty much get anything?
Well, I mean,
leave the instance group. We're done.
Okay. Well, at 18, of course, you can do more things, but still, when you're 21, you can probably, I'd say that there's more trust in a 21-year-old person than an 18-year-old person, I'd say.
True, but at 18, I was able to work in liquor store. At 18, you're able to bartend.
Yeah. Well, still.
It's. What would you want to do? Where would you want to apply?
Dad has suggested to a few things for me, but I'm not entirely sure right now.
What?
What? What do you mean?
What places?
I don't know places.
What you said, Dad. You said.
That. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He sent me this thing he found on I think Indeed for a Walmart data specialist, and I was like, probably not. I don't want to work at a Walmart probably.
Well, would the data specialist be like you were working in the store, or you just analyzing like information?
I don't
shipping
know.
as well?
The thing is, I don't understand a lot of jobs now, so it's kind of hard for me to figure stuff out.
I mean, a lot of the jobs they train you and they teach you how to do things.
Yeah, it's just I don't know.
Good old Skullomons. Like, do you have any idea like where you would like want to apply like at all?
Not at the moment, no, but you know, I did try the marshals thing. That was something that, you know, like I'm glad I did, but like I'm not gonna look for stuff like that for sure anymore because it's just it's not my thing.
Would you ever consider like going like to Metro State, like going back to school, or like working part time?
Wait, what?
Would you ever consider like doing like a trade job or something, or going back to school? Or
I just
you can
don't
get a
know
better
what
job?
I would do for that. That's the thing.
What do you mean you won't? You don't?
I mean, I don't know any trade jobs. That's the thing.
I mean, at a trade school, they'd probably train you on it. Like, they teach you
I'd
how
have
do
to
it.
like investigate that more, but like I've just had no interest in that ever really.
Well, like, what about going back to school? Like going to like Metro? It's cheap. There's good classes there. It's a good
What would I have
campus.
to do in the classes?
Probably what you have to do, depending on what your major is, probably what they tell you to do in the classes, like homework. I mean,
Well, I don't like homework.
well, I mean, nobody likes fucking homework, but like, in order to get a degree, you need to do homework.
What are you gonna do with your degree, Max?
I would like to, for the moment, I'm gonna try and look for a job in journalism, but I'm gonna continue writing on the side. I'm submitting my screenplays to places, to. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Jeremy about where I can submit screenplays to and whatnot. The Minnesota film community is really growing, so I would love to write movies for that could take place in Minnesota that are like that have good scripts. Because obviously some of the Minnesota movies we've seen aren't good scripts. And,
No, they're all bad.
I think if we if we really want to put Minnesota on the map, we need good writing. We gotta like get people to want to watch movies from Minnesota with intriguing premises.
We also need like good filmmaking.
Yeah, and I think we have the means for good filmmaking for sure. We just don't have the means for good storytelling, and I really want to help tell that tell good stories here. And,
What do you mean the means for good storytelling? I don't understand that.
well, like people like this. I don't think people like I was talking to Jeremy about this, my advisor, when he called me and asked how I was doing, or after how the internship went. He was like, "Yeah, sometimes at these productions, like they don't like do a deep dissection of scripts. They just kind of see scripts and then go, okay, we can do this, that, but they don't like think of things creatively. They more think of things logistically, which I mean is good.
Well, it's because they're doing this to make money.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
I just
about.
think like, well, I know, but like I still think like there is still a way to make money and tell good stories, and if a good story is told with again it taking place in Minnesota, then we could it could be something beautiful.
My dear, it appears we have visitors.
Are we in the right room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Need a target.
What's the matter, boss? Getting tired?
Never stop hunting your kind,
That spell isn't ready yet.
Isn't it beautiful?
I can't cast that.
Flesh and bone and soul.
Would you work at the Spring Lake Park Hy-Vee at all?
I don't know.
That's still
Doing what?
Probably dairy frozen produce.
But they don't want that.
I mean,
I need to target something first. Have you looked in a mirror recently?
I need a target. I don't have
You
a
should
target.
embrace this gift that has been bestowed upon you.
Run, necromancer. Your life ends.
I need to target something first. I
Come
can't attack
on.
that target.
Your fate awaits.
That spell isn't ready yet.
hey, he just escaped.
I need a target. Target something first.
Oh, flesh ore. Damn. He's a big one.
I don't have a target. Not ready yet. I need to target something first. Can't cast that yet. I don't have a target.
I think after this dungeon, I might want to log off. I'm pretty tired from today.
That's fine, yeah. My back's starting to hurt anyways from being like kind of hunched over. So yeah, it's fine by me.
Isn't ready yet. Need a target. Still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Did you forget, girl? I am the Dark Master. I command the undead.
Lillian!
Now turn your lovely rune blades on our guests and fetch me their bones.
I can't fight him.
I can feel her will breaking. Her soul burns so brightly. Now, Lillian, it is time
Sure thing.
That spell isn't ready yet. Can't do that yet. I don't have a target. I need to target something first. That ability isn't ready yet. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need a target. I can't loot that right now. I can't loot that right now. That spell isn't ready yet. I need to target something first.
Bored students. Ah, that's funny. That's what these guys are called.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Slate.
I can't cast that yet. Charge it. Can't do that yet. I don't have a target. I'm out of range. I need to target something first. That spell isn't ready yet. Can't cast that. I need a target. I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
Look at this pile of bodies, dang. I'm returning this quest, yay.
If you haven't come to study, I'll use you to teach a lesson. School is in session.
Checkmate.
What?
I don't know. Detention. All of it.
Too far
Uh-oh.
away.
Oh, a harsh lesson, crackhead. You need a harsh lesson, I agree.
How do I get out of here?
Looks like you're in detention.
I'm gonna die in here though.
You trapped?
Yeah. They're gonna kill me.
I need to target something first.
I'm about to kill this guy, so... I think that might be the dungeon.
Okay.
Leave instance. Sell stuff and then... I'll sell stuff tomorrow, maybe. I'll sell stuff tomorrow. I'm almost to 47, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm about halfway there.
Okay. Man, I'm fucking tired. Shit. Okay, well. 46 on Darkman Island. What is that?
Tell me of your travels.
Alright, headphones will be under door handle.
All right.